welcome to this Friday's live. What do you think? What do you think of my cowboy hat? This is the first cowboy hat I have ever had in my life. I got it as part of Backstage's event. My heart is so full after this last week. We met in Las Vegas, Nevada for a leaders conference with Stampin' Up. My heart is just so full being able to spend time with my friends, which is my favorite part. So much learning. And then the last night they had like line dancing and karaoke, and also too we got to make our own cowboy hat. It's this company in Utah that it's a cowboy, what do they call it? Cowboy hat bar, where you go along, you pick your hat, and then you can go along and select all your cute little ribbons and feathers and any other accents you want. And then we got to finish it up by having the Stampin' Up! Logo actually branded into the hat. And I also had a little paw print also put in there. It was just so much fun. So I wanted to share that with you. Hopefully, I have been posting some pictures on Backstage, and I have just a few more. I'm just not a person who tends to take a lot of pictures. I'm just kind of in the moment. And so anyway, it's just a lot of fun, really fun time this past week. As you hop on, say hello. Let me know who is joining me today. I am Debra Harrison with Simply Sweet and Ink Designs, and I have a really fun pet love project to share with you to use those leftover envelopes to make something really fun, make a cute little treat holder. I do want just a couple of updates before we get into today's project. One, if you are part of my Sweet Creations Club for November, or you purchased the 1-month kit. I know several of you ordered the Christmas tags and more add-on class to that kit. I am still waiting on the designer series paper to come back in stock. I was hoping it would come in before today, but it still hasn't arrived. Once it comes in, I'm going to overnight it, and then once I get it, I'm going to immediately ship out your kit. Okay, so I have been holding back several of the club member kits just so I can ship them all together at one time. So if you haven't gotten your kit for November yet, that is why. But hopefully early next week or mid next week, I will be able to send it out to you. So I am going to be sending an update as well by email to those who are affected by that. If you would like to do the December Sweet Creations Club kit, that is going to be featuring a new product that just came out in the online exclusives. The online exclusives are products that are not in any of the catalogs. You can only find them online at stampinup.com. It's called Pop-Up Petals, and I love it because it's got these two really cute dies that allows you to cut a pop-up mechanism in your card. And so the December Club is going to be making 4 cards, really beautiful, with petal pink and crumb cake, and it's using a new designer series paper called Brushed with Beauty. It's really pretty, just simple card there. Now, we're also too, as part of that class, you will be making 2 pop-up cards, so you can try out those pop-up dies as part of that bundle. And there you go, really cute. And then lastly, you're gonna make a cute little notepad holder as part of that kit. Now you do need the Pop-Up Petals bundle as well as the suggested inks, but you can find that on my website at simplysweetinkdesigns.com. You can go check that out in the video description. There's a link there directly to the Sweet Creations Club. And the cost monthly is $43 a month, or if you just want to try it for 1 month, it's $48. All right, so last week I shared with you a really cute little sampler using the Pet Love Bundle, and then these letters came from the Party Alphabet dies. And I wanted just a quick reminder that tomorrow is the last day to get the kit for this sampler free with a minimum of a $50 order. So I wanted to just show you what that looks like. You're going to get the background brown piece. You're going to get the white piece, all of the cardstock that you will need. Now, if it was anything like the die cut circle or the banner or this cute little tag here, and the letters, you will have those pre-cut for you. Anything that's related to the bundle, you will need to go ahead and stamp and die cut yourself. So the last day to get that is tomorrow, November 15th. Just really simple. Go to my online store, select me, Debra Harrison, as your demonstrator, $50 order before tax and shipping, and after any redeem rewards, Like I said, make sure you select me as your demonstrator. That way I will receive the notification. That way I know who to send this free sampler kit to you. And I will be working on those this coming week and hopefully get them shipped out by late next week. All right, so we are going to be playing one more time with the Pet Love Bundle today to make a really cute treat bag. And it's going to be using a leftover envelope that I have from, it is called Textured Stripes Mix and Match Cards and Envelopes. If you ordered the Pet Love Craft Along kit, you're going to get a packet of these in your project packet, and you may have leftover envelopes. So I wanted to give you an idea how to use those leftover envelopes to make something fun. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a leftover envelope. Really simple. I think it measures 4.5 by 6.5. And you don't have to worry about any of the directions, I promise, because if you're part of my email list, you're going to get the directions, the list of supplies that I'm using, and some images to help walk you along how to make this project. So we're going to take this leftover envelope, and I am going to take my paper trimmer. Now, I have a terrible, terrible habit of cutting instead of scoring. So I have totally removed my cutting blade and only have my scoring blade, but the trimmer does come with both the cutting and the scoring blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position my flap to the left. Okay, so I don't need that. I want that away from me. And then the folded side, I'm going to line that up to the right at the 1-inch mark. Then I'm going to take with my score blade, just going to score along at that 1-inch mark. I may go ahead and do it on the other side so I can see it a little bit better. Then what we're going to do, and I know it's hard to see in here, but let me go ahead and I'll burnish it for you just a little bit. That way we can see it just a little bit better. So all we did is we made a 1-inch score line at the bottom. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it. So the long side is at the top this is my score line down here. So I'm going to take and I'm going to line up the right edge of my envelope here at the 1-inch score mark, but I'm only going to score up to the 1 inch right here. So luckily I have a little thing here that I'm just going to follow along and go to 1 inch. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to flip it over. Again, go to 1 inch. That way we're just matching up at the score line we made along the bottom. So I'm going to just kind of show that to you a little bit. Pinch that so we can see what this looks like. Now, can you maybe you can see a little bit better on the back. We've got 1 inch along the bottom. And then we have 1 inch on each side right here on each end. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go from this point at a diagonal from point to point. So I'm just going to take my scoreboard here and I am going to just line that up and I'm going to score diagonally. I'm going to burnish that so we can see that a little bit better. Then we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Now, I will tell you, this design actually I got from Donna Griffith. She is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I ran across one of her videos recently that she did about 9 years ago, and I was like, oh, that would be so perfect to do with this leftover envelope that I had from my card pack. All right, recap, 1 inch along the bottom, 1 inch up on each side, and then a diagonal score line. So now what we're going to do, that's all the scoring. We are going to open up our envelope here, and you're going to want to carefully kind of pinch at each side to make that triangle there. Now, if you kind of pinch at your score lines before you do this, it will be so much easier to put together. So all we did is I just pinched right there at each score line and made these 2 triangles on each end. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold them in, and you can either glue them or you can use tear and tape. So today I think I'm going to use tear and tape. And one more little section here. So in my sample here, I put in some Butterfinger candies. And I have to tell you, each fall or right before Halloween, I always buy like candy and I put it in these pumpkin jars that I hide around the house. And my younger son, he's actually 18, it's kind of our thing where he knows when he sees those pumpkin jars to go looking for candy. Well, he likes, one of his favorite candies is Butterfinger. And I'm like, I know we had like a ton of Butterfinger candies left over. And I'm like, where did they go? Where are they? And then I realized I had used it in my sample. So he's going to be pleasantly surprised after my live today because I'm going to give him this bag of candy. All right. So now that we have tear and tape on each end, what we're going to do is we're going to fold that down. We're going to reach in here and we're going to press down to make our bag. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and I am just going to tuck in the flap. You can either, if you want, you could do that. That would be fun. You could create a closed pouch if you want to, or you can just tuck it inside here. You can glue it if you want to. And then there you go. That is the base for the treat holder or the little treat bag. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, we're just going to use the items in the Pet Love bundle to make this cute little circle accent for the front of our bag. So to do that, we have here a 3-inch circle that I die cut using the Stylish Shapes dies in basic beige cardstock. And then I'm just going to stamp some little paw prints along the edge. And I am stamping in crumb cake ink. Just kind of going around the edge of the circle there. And while I have my ink or my stamps out, I'm going to stamp my bandana on Misty Moonlight and Misty Moonlight ink. And so this is the bandana from the stamp set. And then I have already die cut this out. And so I use the Pet Love dies. I die cut out the bandana. I die cut out the heart charm in real red. And then I also die cut out a bone in basic white cardstock. So we're just going to add all these pieces together. I'm going to use dimensionals to pop them up. And I am going to just position this right here. Put the bandana there. Pop up the heart. And I'm going to have the heart right here, just under the knot on my bandana. And then for the bone, I am going to take a mini dimensional. And I am going to add a mini dimensional on one end of the bone, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the other end of the bone. Part of this is going to be on the bandana, and the other part's going to stick off. So I'm just going to have it go like this. And then lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this right on the front. And there we go. We're just going to decorate up the front. And then I'm going to add in some treats. Now, what I did for this, I have Butterfingers in this one, but one of my good friends, Lisa Brigger, she was at backstage and she gave me a really sweet gift full of this bag full of all kinds of goodies. One of the items in the bag that she gave me was these cute little bandana mints. And I was like, oh my gosh, Lisa, this is perfect for today's project. So what I did is I took a 5x7 cello envelope. And I just cut off the top part, the little sticky part. And this is 5x7. I added the treats inside, tied it off with some Secret Sea ribbon. And then there we go. I think the colors are perfect for this. So I decided to use hers. One last thing that I'm going to do is I am going to take baker's twine. This is the red and the real red and the white baker's twine. And I'm going to make a bow, and I'm just going to accent right here, accent my cute little bandana. Just put that over on the heart, and then just add this fun little accent to finish it off. All right, there we go, guys. Super cute little treat bag to gift to somebody, your favorite pet lover. And so, guys, just real quick reminder, tomorrow is the very last day for the Pet Love sampler kit to get that free with a minimum of a $50 order in my online store. It does end at 11:59 Central Time tomorrow night. So make sure, check what you need, check your supplies, get those items on your wish list, and get your order in by that time. Now, for those who have already ordered with me, thank you so much for ordering. I know I'm rather delayed in getting back with you to thank you for your order and with the confirmation that I did get it. Just been completely swamped since I'm at backstage and since I've come home, but I plan on getting to all those emails this afternoon or tomorrow. All right, guys, y'all take care. We will see you next Friday at 3 o'clock Central Time. Y'all take care. Bye, guys.